Dear students, in this video, we are going to discuss the remaining topic of chapter 16, that is light. In that video, first topic we will discuss about that is called dispersion of light. As in your previous class, you have already understood that the light which we have seen, that is which we call sunlight, it is a white light and it is a mixture of seven colors. That means the sunlight made with the seven colors. And how we are able to find out that this sunlight or white light is made with the seven colors? When a white light is passing through from a prism, as you can see in both the pictures, either in picture 2 or in the picture 1, then you can find when a sun rays is passing through from a glass prism, then it is split in its seven colors, and these seven colors are known to be as Vibgyor. That means Vibgyor means V stand for violet, I stand for indigo, B stand for blue, G stand for green, Y stand for yellow, O stand for orange, and R stand for red. That is the order of these colors, and these colors are collectively called the Vibgyor. And this Vibgyor colors is called the rainbow colors. And when we see the rainbow colors, these rainbows color, when we see a rainbow, these colors are appears. Rainbow is caused due to the dispersion. This phenomena is known to be as a dispersion, and that rainbow is also caused because of this dispersion of sunlight by the water drops in the atmosphere. When the sun rays are passing through from the water droplets, then that water droplets are behaving like a tiny prism. And because of that phenomenon of dispersion, when the light is passing through from the water droplets, then this sunlight or white light is split into its seven colors, and we are able to see the rainbow in the nature. So what is the cause? The cause is dispersion of light. And what is the definition? The definition is the splitting of sunlight or white light into its colors, which we call the Vibgyor, is called the dispersion of light. How we can easily access this splitting of seven colors without the help of a glass prism? For that, we have to perform an activity. What we have to do in that activity, that has given in your textbook, that is activity 16.7. What is the basic requirement to perform that activity? In that activity, we require a bowl, or you can say a katori. Then we have also required a plane mirror. There is a plane mirror, we have required a bowl and little bit of water. There are the three basic requirement, and after that we have also required a white paper. Now what we are going to do in that activity, we take the bowl, we fill with the water, and we place a plane mirror in it. After that, we are placing this hole. We have to take, that is your plane mirror. Is, if you can see in the picture, there is a plane mirror, there is a bowl, we are putting a water in it, and we are placing the plane mirror in it. After that, we are placing that hole near a window where the sunlight is coming through it very easily. So when the sun rays are incident on that plane mirror, then after the reflection, when the rays are reflected, then these rays are reflected, and on a white paper we have seen a rainbow pattern. That means when we take, after the reflection, we are placing that plane mirror with water near to a window where the sunlight is coming. When the sun rays are incident on the plane mirror after the reflection on the wall, if wall is white, then we can easily find out this rainbow pattern. And if it is not white wall, then we have to take a white paper, and we are finding out, after the reflection, we are finding out there is a rainbow pattern in it. And that rainbow pattern is nothing but, it is indicating that the sunlight is dispersed into its seven colors when it is incident on a plane mirror with the water which is behaving like a prism. In that way, without the without that glass prism we can also make a glass prism, and we can easily find out that rainbow pattern, and that is known to be the dispersion of light. So we can say that the sunlight is made with the 7 colors, and which we call the Vibgyor. So we have already discussed about that the sunlight is a white or colored. So we will say that the sunlight is colored. It is a mixture of 7 colors, which we call the Vibgyor. Now the next topic has given to us how we are able to see in our surrounding. For that purpose, the nature has provided us eyes. That means the nature has provided us the eyes, and eye is a very important organ in our body, and in 5 senses that is the most important organs, and we with the help of that we can see in our surrounding. So now we are going to discuss about what is the structure of this eyes. First of all, if you just go through that, now you can see in that picture that is the structure of a human eye. If you are see, then roughly it is a spherical shape. If we are considering it, then the eye is considered to be roughly spherical. That means it is roughly spherical in structure. The outermost layer which we are able to see, that outermost layer is appear to be the outermost layer. The eye has roughly spherical shape, and the outer coat of the eye is white. It is tough so that it can protect the interior of the eye from the accident. That means in an eye we have got the outer structure. It is roughly spherical. Then there is a white structure in it. That white structure is very tough and it can protect the inner part of the eye. The front transparent part which is visible to us, that is called the cornea. That means the front part which is transparent in nature and visible to us, front part is called the cornea. After the cornea we have got another, behind the cornea we find a dark muscular structure. There is a dark muscular structure is there, that is called the iris. This is called, after the cornea we have got the dark muscular structure, that is called the iris, and iris is responsible to the color of any eye. This is called the iris. And after the iris, in between the iris we have got a small hole structure. This is the small opening, or you can say there is a small opening in between the iris. That small opening is called the pupil. And what is the functioning of the pupil? Pupil is control the amount of light enter into the eye. That means you can say that it is controlling the amount of light which has entered into the eye. When we are in a dark area, then the size of the pupil is increased. You can see there is a black hole structure is there in the eye, that is pupil. When we are seeing in a dark area, then the size of the pupil is increases, and when we are in a light area, that means the intensity of light is very high, then in that area the size of the pupil is decreases. That means that is the adjustable or controlling the light. When we say that a person has a green eyes, we refer actually the color of the iris. That means the color of the eyes is decided by the color of iris. The iris control the amount of light entering into the eye, and that is the reason. That means when who is controlling, that means size of the pupil increasing and decreasing, that is attached with the iris, and iris is controlling the amount of light. After that, if we are going through further, then behind the pupil of the eye there is a lens. That means if you are going through, there is a iris. If you are look out this picture also, behind the iris we have got a thicker lens, and if you are seeing that thicker lens, then its shape is like this. And you have also learned this in your previous classes, that type of shape of lenses is called the convex lens. What we call that? It is called the convex lens. That means nature is provided us the convex lens. why the nature is provided as the convex lens. If you just again remind the property of that convex lens, then you can find out that the convex lens always form a real image. That means it is always form a real image and inverted in nature. That means what is a real image? Which can be obtained on a screen. That is called the real image. Now the question arises, can we have the screen in our eyes? The answer is yes, we have also got a screen in our eyes also. That layer which I'm indicating here, this layer is called the screen of the eye, and it is just behind the lens, and that screen is known to be as a retina, where the whatever we see, the image of that object is get on that retina. And after that retina, retina contain several nerve cells. These nerve cells are also called the optic nerves. There you can see in the picture, then we have got that retina is attached with the several nerves, and that nerves are called the optical nerves or optic nerves. And these optic nerves are connected to the brain. What is the main functioning of that optic nerve? Whatever we have seen, that is get onto the retina, and after the retina, the image of any object is converted into the electrical signal. And who's responsible to convert that image into the electrical signals? Optical nerves are responsible to convert into the electrical signals, and that electrical signal sent to the brain, where we can identify that particular object in a form of electrical signals. So in that way, that is the basic functioning of the human eye. Now in optical nerves, we are got the two variety of nerves or cells. Number one, they are called the cones which are sensitive to the bright light, and there is another nerves are called rods which are sensitive to the dim light. Cones are also sensitive to the colors. Cones which are sensitive to the bright light and colors, and rods which are sensitive to the dim light. But there is also another interesting thing is also there. At the junction of the optical nerve and the retina, there are no sensory cells. That means at the juncture of the optical nerve and retina, there is a point where there is no sensory cells. Sensory cells means there is no cells is available which we can see the object. That is known to be the blind spot. Its existence can be demonstrated as follows. To understand that, every human has got that blind spot. Blind spot means, here we can say that, what do you understand by the blind spot? Blind spot means the limitation of a human eye to see the object, that how much far and how much near we can see an object. That is the limitation is known to be the blind spot. How we are able to easily identify a blind spot? For that purpose, what we are going to do, we will take a paper sheet. On that paper sheet, what we are going to draw, we are going to draw these two symbols in a form of cross, and there is a dark circle. As it is mentioned here, there is a white sheet on which we are making a sign of a bold cross, and we are putting a bold circle in it. After that, what we are going to do, we just try to take that paper very near to our eye. That means we just close. Suppose we have got two eyes, right and left. So what we are going to do, first we just close our left eye, and we are taking that and we are concentrating on both these symbols, and distance between the symbols is about 6 to 8 centimeter, and we are concentrating with the help of our one eye is closed and another one is open. Suppose first we just close the left eye and we just see from the right eye, and slowly we bring that sheet near to our right eye. At a particular distance, we can distinguish between this cross and the bold circle. But as we very close to our eye, then we are not able to differentiate where the cross and bold is there. That means we are completely blind. That means we are not able to see that symbols that they are exist. At that point where we are not able to see both these symbols, that point is known to be as a blind spot. That means at that point of time both these symbols are disappear. That means cross or round we are not able to see at that point of time. That means the optical nerves are not able to sense that symbols, and they are not sending any kind of signals to the brain. So that is a particular point is known to be as a blind spot. If we repeat same with the another eye, suppose now we are just close the right eye and try to see from the left eye, and again we are repeating slowly and take that paper slowly near to our eye, then in that case also we will see that we are not able to see that cross or that blind spot very easily. At that point of time, that is known to be the blind spot. So every human being who has got the healthy eyes, they all have got this blind spot. That is called the limitation of eye. That means if the two lines are very close to each other, that means if we see from a very far end, if they are seems to be one, then if we take very close, suppose there is a limitation. That means how much we can distinctive between the two very thin lines, the distance is considered to be as a 25 centimeter, and that is called the distinctive vision of our eye to make the difference between the two object. That is called the near eye distance 25 centimeter, and far eye distance is considered to be the infinity. Infinity means we can see the far end objects like the sun and moon and stars. They are very at a very large distance. That's why they are considered to be the far end objects, and we are able to see at very far end object. That's why it is called the infinity. So we have got the near eye 25 centimeter, we can distinct between the two objects, and far objects we have got the infinity. That is called near eye and far eye vision. Near eye vision is 25 centimeter, and far eye means we have got at a very large distance. Now there is a very interesting thing is also there, that the impression of an image does not vanish immediately from the retina. It persists there for about 1/16th of a second. That means it is 1/16th part of a second. That means whatever the things we have seen in our surrounding, that object, whatever the object we have seen, that object image is exist in our retina about 1/16th part of a second, and after that that image is removed. Okay, so if still image of a moving object are flashed on the eye at a rate faster than 16 per second, then the eye perceive this object as moving. That is the basic fundamental. Whenever we see the TV or pictures in a cinema hall, they all are just like a still pictures, but they are moving at a rate more than the 16 pictures per second. That means 16, if we are moving still pictures more than the speed of a 16 picture per second, then all the still pictures are visible to us that they are moving. That means they are in a motion. That's why that is a very interesting thing. So to understand better what we are going to do, we are performing an activity, and that is activity number 16.10. And what we have got in that activity, we had to be take that there is a cardboard. On that cardboard, what we are going to do is, on that cardboard we are making the two pictures. In one we are making a cage, and at the back side, on the back side we are making a bird. What we are going to do is, at the front side of the cardboard we are making a cage, and in the reverse side of the cardboard we are making a bird, and we are just crisscross a thread in between that cardboard, as it is like it is mentioned here is how we are able to just crisscross the thread from the holes. We are making the two holes and we are crisscrossing that with the help of a thread. And when we just try to twist that thread, then what will happen? That cardboard is rotating. When we are twisting with the help of our both our hands, then this cardboard is twisting. That means like this cardboard is look like this, then it will be rotated. And as soon as if we are moving and we are rotating very fast, then what we are observe in a still picture, we know that at the front side there is a cage and in reverse sides we have got a bird. But as soon as we are twisting very fastly, then what we will see that our eyes see that the bird is into the cage, but actually bird is not into the cage, it is just behind the cardboard. But as we are moving very fastly this cardboard, then it is appear that the bird is inside the cage. And why it happened? Because we are moving that cardboard more than the speed of the picture. That means we are moving that cardboard more than the speed. That means 16 picture per second is the persistence capacity to hold on the retina, but we are moving that picture more than that speed, 24 pictures per second. So in that case it is seeing that it is movable, or you can say that the bird inside the cage. That is the same kind of effect when we are placing the pictures in a sequence, and if we are moving that pictures at the rate of 24 picture per second or more than that, then those pictures are seen to be in a motion. So that is called the limitation of our eyes to see any object. With the help of that we are make that limitation. So nature has provided eyes with eyelids to prevent any object from entering the eye, and eyelids also shut out the light when not required. Eye is such a wonderful instrument that it normal can clearly see distant object as well as objects nearby. The minimum distance at which eye can see objects distinctively varies with the age. The most comfortable distance at which one can read with a normal eye is called the 25 centimeter. That distinct vision is called the near eye vision, and some persons can see object close to them clearly but cannot see distant object clearly. On the other hand, some persons cannot see objects nearby clearly but they can see distant object clearly. With the suitable corrective lenses, they can easily rectify this problem. So we can say that there is a distinctive vision which we call the near eye, that is 25 centimeter, and at a very far distance we can see the objects clearly. That is the limitation. In physics, near eye distance is called 25 centimeter and far eye vision is called infinity. I hope you can understand the concept related to the remaining topics of this chapter. Thank you very much.